But looking forward to this week. A little bit more data out this week. Really, UK inflation data Tuesday at 8:30. UK inflation continued to drop in June, reaching 2.4% from 2.8% in May. This better than expected reading brought annual CPI inflation to its lowest level since November '09, and these two consecutive drops suggest retailers will begin summer sales earlier than usual to increase activity. Another decline to 2.3% is expected now. Eurozone German ZEW economic sentiment, that's at Tuesday at 9 o'clock, so quite a bit about out on Tuesday, really, so really keep an eye. Monday's very quiet, I would say, so today really very little to talk about, but as I say, tomorrow quite a lot out. ZEW economic sentiment at 9. Economic sentiment among German analysts continued to drop in July, reaching minus 19.6 and minus 16.9 in June. This is the third consecutive decline, troubled by the worsening conditions from the EU partner countries. Meanwhile, economic expectations for the Eurozone have also declined by 2.2 points to minus 22.3 points in July. A small improvement to minus 18.7 is expected this time, but not particularly positive for the ZEW there. Also Tuesday at 1:30. We have US retail sales. We've got US PPI as well at 1:30 as well. So poor readings were released, and retail sales sector dropping to 0.5% following a 0.2% decline in May, contrary to expectations of a 0.1% gain. So quite a big difference there in the last numbers. This pessimistic reading lowered forecasts for economic growth in the second quarter. Meanwhile, core sales, excluding cars, decreased 0.4% after dropping 0.4% in the previous month, again beating expectations for a 0.1% climb. A rise of 0.4% is forecasted for the retail sales, whilst core sales is predicted to gain 0.5%. And then PPI, Producer Price Index, that's out also at 1:30 as well. So be a bit careful with your economic calendars on Tuesday. As I say, really the big times that we have there are 9:30 for the inflationary data in the UK, 10 o'clock for the ZEW, and then at 1:30 we've got the retail sales data coming out there as well. As we move forward to Wednesday, let's just move down the list a little bit to Wednesday here. We can see really the big number there being at 9:30, apart from the claimant count change, which we've got there. We do have the MPC meeting minutes out at 9:30 there. So really expect that to be one of the biggest items to be monitored this week. Really what we're looking for is signs of moves on quantitative easing and interest rates there. Although, really looking at interest rates, really we're not really looking at rate cuts. I think quite a few people are hoping for rate cuts. It's really been thrown out by Mervyn King, saying that they would be counterproductive. However, has the door been left open for a bit of further QE? Certainly that's what people are looking for and hoping for, is to extend it from the 375 billion asset purchase scheme. What are we expecting? Well, remember last month we had a 50 billion extension to QE last month, but I think we're probably going to get pretty much unchanged, a 9-0 vote, and probably unchanged, whilst we have a look to see whether any impact has taken place after the changes they made last month. So I think it'd be a little bit early to make any changes just yet there. There has been much speculation of an Olympic effect on growth in the third quarter, with hundreds of thousands of extra visitors to the UK in the summer. First evidence is due on Thursday with the publication of July retail sales. I think that'll be quite interesting. You just sort of wonder just how much of an impact it has had. I know certainly in the first week of the Olympics, lots of London retailers were not particularly positive about the effect it was having, but perhaps as the athletics got more underway, maybe had a bit more of an impact then, I don't know. But I think Westfield Shopping Centre was one of the major benefiters of it all. But I think a lot of those other more local retails to Stratford were struggling somewhat. But anyway, that's really a look ahead for the week that we've got there as we move to the first part of the week. As I say, Tuesday is really a big day all day, and then Wednesday morning is the main stuff there. We've got inflationary data in the US at 1:30. As we can see here, CPI here, and then Empire State Manufacturing Index at 1:30 as well. So a couple of major times there to really be having your pencil sharpened there. Okay, so that's enough of the sort of data stuff. Just bear with me 1 second.